Whoa, we've got ads everywhere. Beat Saber, Pokemon Silver version, Star Wars, the complete saga, NSFW, Alice. Answer a survey to continue reading about this content. Continue reading this content. Which of the following healthcare booking platforms have you heard of? None of the above. Next. 2 questions. Suck me, bro. Which of the following describes how you feel about plush care? None of the above. Thank you. Now let me read. Senator Anthony Bouchard, Republican Cheyenne, stands and speaks on a bill March 1st during the first day of the 66th Wyoming legislature inside the state capitol. The U.S. House candidate said he had a relationship with and impregnated a 14-year-old girl when he was 18. U.S. House candidate relationship told hours after disclosed a relationship with a Facebook Live video to his supporters. Bouchard, who did not specify the girl's age in the video, said he went public with the information to get ahead of the story after learning that people were investigating it in opposition to his candidacy. A Wyoming state senator since 2017. Since announcing he would challenge Rep. Liz Cheney following a vote to impeach then President Donald Trump. So bottom line, it's a story when I was young, 2 teenager girl gets pregnant. You've heard those stories before. She was a little younger than me, so it's like the Romeo and Juliet story. Yikes, because we know that Romeo and Juliet laws exist. Bouchard told the Star Tribune he married the girl when she was 15 and he was 19. At the time, they were both living in Florida. That's not fucked up? That's not fucked up to y'all? That's not... See what I mean? Like politics, right? You would expect the cleanest cut people to be in there because you would need the most level-headed people in order to be able to, make laws and deal with legislation and actually changing the environment of the state, city, municipality that they govern over. See, I can get words wrong too. Ooh, come at me, grammar police. The two were legally able to get married at the time because Florida law stated that people could marry at any age with the judge's approval if a pregnancy was involved and a parent consented. Bouchard said he was never charged with a crime in connection with the relationship, even though you're still a fucking scumbag. Details surrounding the age of consent laws in Florida in the early 1980s are unclear, but the state's current age of consent is 18. Why do men do that? I want to make a longer segment about this. I'm just going to throw this in here right now. Why do men all of a sudden say, if she's 17 and her birthday is tomorrow, that at 12 a.m., all of a sudden it just becomes fine? Oh, the law says I could do it. You don't find that nasty? She was 17 less than 2 hours ago. But because 2 hours have passed, the body anatomy changes and she... full-fledged woman. Like, y'all are gross. A lot of pressure to abort a baby, I gotta tell you. I wasn't gonna do it, and neither was she, and there was pressure to have her banished from her family. Should've just got the abortion. And there was pressure to have her banished from their family, just pressure to go hide somewhere. And the only thing I can see as the right thing to do is get married and take care of him. They got divorced. What? You saw that, right? You saw that. The fucking ads just changed everything. Oh my God, Senator Bouchard takes on the fake news media. Bro, you raped a girl. Like, you raped a girl. Like, you literally... They got divorced approximately 3 years later. Bouchard's ex-wife killed herself when she was 20. Online records list a woman with her name as being buried at a Jacksonville, Florida cemetery in 1990. The Star Tribune is choosing not to identify her. Thank you. She had problems in another relationship. Her dad had committed suicide after his ex-wife died. Bouchard said he continued to raise the couple's son, Tony Raymond Bouchard, whom he briefly references in the video. Sadly, he's made some wrong choices in his life. He's almost become my estranged son. Some of the things that he's got going on in his life, I certainly don't approve of him, but I'm not going to abandon him. I still love him. Just like when he was born, Tony Bouchard was arrested in 2018, is being held in the Central California Detention Center on $500,000 bond. He faces multiple sexual offense charges. So in other words, he learned from his dad. Anthony Bouchard looks straight ahead as he rails against dirty politics, the media, and the establishment swamp, even though we know all of that shit is literally what you're doing right now. He encouraged his supporters to share the video, saying he wanted everyone to know. I don't want to hide anything. At least I appreciate you trying to come out and spin the story. little weird though. He told the Stars Tribune in a nearly hour-long phone call after the video was published, "I don't want people drug into this. This is just crazy over politics. Fuck you." Bouchard said he's decided to post a video ahead of a story about his previous marriage that he anticipates will be published sometime soon. In the video, Bouchard claims that an unnamed reporter and a political opposition research company were driving the effort together. "We know the company that started this with blah blah blah. UK media who's called me. This is really a message about how dirty politics is. They'll stop at nothing, man. When you get in the lead and you're somebody that can't be controlled, you're somebody who works for the people. They'll come after you. That's why good people don't run for office." I'm not going to read the rest of this because I'm going to make a quick statement on this. A Republican is saying that's why good people don't run for office as he's running for office, because the media, if you can't be controlled, will try to bury you. So what the fuck was all of Bernie Sanders, Joe Biden? What was the last? What was the 2016 presidential election? What was Obama's thing? What was all of that y'all supported? You see why I can't believe, and I'm not saying that the Republican Party is dead, because that insinuates a massive power grab from left-leaning or center-right people to centrists. You know what really bugs me about this is that good people don't run for office because generally good people don't want to be corrupted by the type of shit that you are involving them in. If I ran for office, my record would be so fucked, which I am going to run for office in sometime in the future. You know what? Like, the worst thing I got on me right now is my YouTube videos where I literally, like, shit talk people. I say this shit to your faces because you people are scum. Like, and I'm not trying to say this like your being is scum, because I'm sure that in the term of your political career, you have had to make deals and advancements to stay in power, and you didn't mean well going into it, but right now it's just a clusterfuck. I'll give you that. I've been in the game. Like, I've been in races. I do political ads for people. I can understand where the negativity and the snarkiness comes from when you gotta go against 12 people in a race. Like, I get that. I understand that. But for you to sit there and take a moral high ground on something that you claim is part of your identity while ignoring what the party you run for does makes me feel like you're doing it to appease the patriots. So I'm going to start looping you in with the patriots, which means I'm going to start looping you in with the patriots' thoughts, which means I'm going to start looping you in with the patriots' ideals. And when we get to the MAGA party, well, you led to an insurrection. So why are you playing up to them? Oh, because you want their votes. This is fair and fine, but you are fueling a civil war by literally not denouncing this. Now, I know what we're going to hear. Why didn't Joe Biden denounce Antifa? What happened to Black Lives Matter? That's not the point right now. That's not the point right now. Because at the end of the day, the MAGA movement is just Donald Trump's suck party. Black Lives Matter and Antifa are in response to like the fascist uprising that party is bringing about. It's the same thing that I want to say this so badly. You watched on live television police brutalizing people, flashbangs, tear gas, shooting live rounds in the air. But when white people did it for the Republican guy, cops were like, "Oh, you got it. Oh, excuse me, sir. Excuse me, sir. You're not allowed to be here. You're not allowed to be here. Oh, wait, you're protesting? All right, what are you protesting? You protesting Donald Trump? Are you protesting for Donald Trump? You don't want the election. You think the election's a fraud. You know what? I kind of fuck with that. You can go on. You can go. You can go. Have fun. Go. Do your thing. Do your thing. Do your thing. Do your thing. Have fun. Oh, you need to get in the door. Here's the key. See what I mean? Systemic issues. So the whataboutisms don't work because we're literally going to end up in another conversation about Israel and Palestine if we keep going this far. But Hamas launched rockets at Israel. For every one rocket they are able to afford, Israel literally gets money from us, the United States, to launch 40. So even though both sides are doing it, one side has substantially more government-backed power than the other side. just like here, the MAGA movement has substantially much more power than the Democratic movement. And the right weaponizes your hatred of other people for the advancement of clear goals that have underlying tones that you can't see because you're yet again blinded by your innate feeling to be racist, to be bigoted, to be a white supremacist. That's why when people call you that, you sit there and you say, I don't know what you're talking about. Now, I know this feels like it's going way off the point here, but to wrap everything up, the post-Trump effect is what you just read, is that you come out with a story, I had sex with a 14-year-old girl and impregnated her, and then she killed herself. That should disqualify you from office. But he's sitting there saying, I'm going to take somebody else's spot. Yeah, I've got this bad thing, but the politics, the fake news media won't be able to spin this to make it look negative. The story itself is negative. You can't spin it to be a positive. So when you put these two together, they cancel each other out and it becomes a non-story. At least, and you know they're going to use that as part of their defense. At least he spoke about it. At least Anthony Bouchard spoke about it.